Hi guys, so we are on chapter 5 and now we're going to go back to Chase Ambrose. So what happened yesterday, if you did not listen to the recording, we were introduced to this new character. His name was Brendan Espinosa, and Brendan, what he does is at lunchtime, he has like a little camera that goes on his wrist so that he can go like this and he records things. Well, when he records them, he then posts them onto YouTube. And so the discussion that we had yesterday was it's kind of like he's being a bully also because, yeah, the football players and all those jocks are picking on all the other kids, but what he's doing is a form of bullying too, where he's putting it on social media. So some of us were thinking maybe he's doing it for money, but maybe he's just being plain mean too. And then what happened is Chase Ambrose comes and sits at his table, and Brendan actually helps him eat because he can't cut his chicken. And so it's going to be interesting to see where that friendship, or are they going to be acquaintances? Are they going to just be friends? We don't know. So we are on chapter, and I just lost my place. Let me see. Chapter 5, Chase Ambrose. Every time I see a little girl, it brings me back to the one from my memory. Remember her? The little girl, blonde-haired, she's wearing a blue and white dress. The blonde girl with the blue dress trimmed with white lace. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe when you only remember one thing, it sticks with you. If only I could remember where I remember her from. I think of her again when I see the little kid on the monkey bars at the playground. It's my first day without the sling in more than a month. And since forever in a way, because I remember nothing from before the accident. I'm out walking, enjoying my freedom from the tight wrapping on my shoulder. It feels fine, normal, and I need that after 2 weeks of school that were anything but normal is the last word to describe a place where you're a stranger in a strange land despite the fact that everybody knows you. That's when I recognize the girl scrambling all over the jungle gym. It's Helen, my half-sister. She's definitely high energy and really kind of cute, crawling through tunnels, whizzing down slides, and just as quickly climbing up again. She's a little too wild, especially up top. I guess she's too young to understand that falling on your head runs in the family. Just as the thought crosses my mind, she loses her grip and tumbles off the top of the twisty slide. I'm there like a shot, catching her and swinging her around like it's part of the game. She squeals in exhilaration, spreading her arms, and I get into the spirit making airplane noises. She is loving it. I'm doubly thrilled because my shoulder is holding up fine. The two of us are having a great time until she looks down and sees who's got her. Mommy! Her scream carries all around the park. It's okay, Helen, it's me, Chase, your brother. I want to go down. Now she's red in the face and crying. I sit her on the ground and watch as she runs off to join Corinne, who's hustling our way. Great. Dad's family already has a problem with me, and now they're going to think I've been terrorizing their daughter. Sorry, I mumble. I didn't mean to scare her. I saw what happened. Thank you for catching her. There's nothing wrong with what she's saying. It's the way she says it. Too polite, too distant, like I'm a stranger instead of her stepson. Helen has her face buried in her mother's sweater and refuses to look at me. I guess she doesn't like me very much, I comment. Corinne softens. She's just a little afraid of you. Afraid of me? What could I have done that would make a 4-year-old freak out every time I come near her? Before I can finish the thought, a loud horn honks. A panel truck pulls up to the curb. Ambrose Electric is stenciled on the side. The driver's side window rolls down and my dad sticks his head out. Fire up the grill at 5:30, Core! I'm bringing home the biggest steaks you've ever seen. He catches sight of me. Hey, champ, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be at practice. I wave. Doctor's orders, remember? Your arm's fine. Yeah, pretty good. I point to my head. It's the concussion. He looks disgusted. Doctors, they'll keep you in a bubble wrap the rest of your life if you let them. Well, how about dinner then? I bet you could use a good steak. You're not going to get your strength back on that rabbit food Mom's slinging at you. Thanks. Some other time. I hesitate. I saw your state championship picture on the principal's wall. I didn't know. I mean, I knew at some point, but he laughs with delight. There are a lot of athletes out there, but only a few of us can make it rain. There's something special about Ambrose Min, champ. Don't let your mother coddle it out of you like she did with your brother. He drives off, his truck backfiring as he pulls away from the curb. Bye, Daddy! Calls Helen. Bye, Helen, I say to her. As soon as we make eye contact, she looks away. I'm definitely famous at Hiwazi Middle. The part I can't figure out is whether I'm famous good or famous bad. The athletic program is my home here, or at least it was before I got hurt. All my friends seem to be jocks, mostly football players. I guess they were pretty worried when they heard about my accident. I pick up on the occasional grumbling that I have to miss the season, but mostly people are just relieved that I'm okay. The Hiwazi Hurricanes are kind of the kings of the school. It's a pretty good role to come out of a coma and fall straight into. Since I'm the former captain, I'm almost like the king of kings. To be honest, though, it's hard to picture how I got along with them so well. They're loud, kind of obnoxious, and even though they're really tight, they spend a lot of time shoving and punching each other. Insults constantly fly between them. They probably didn't mean it, but it can get pretty ugly. Was I like that too? When I was, me? Did I greet my closest friends by pointing out imaginary stains on their t-shirts so I could slap their faces? Did I insult their moms, their grandmothers, and their grandmothers' grandmothers? Probably. Even so, that was then and this is now. I've lost a step. Maybe because of my concussion, I can't keep up with those guys anymore. Aaron and Bear shielded me from the worst of it. Dudes, they'll say, dial it down, our boy's injured. Or they'll step in front of me to absorb a friendly punch or forearm smash. I appreciate their help. Still, it doesn't change the fact that I'm not the Chase I used to be. I almost wish they'd stop trying to protect me. I hate being weak. The other guys are treating me like I'm strong. I'm not, I get that. But maybe I can fake it until my strength comes back. In the end, Aaron and Bear stress me out more than any of the others because they ask me all of these questions. What do you remember? Is your memory coming back yet? When does the doctor say that could happen? When will you be your old self again? Since I've got nothing else to offer them, I describe the one memory that I do have, the little girl in the blue dress. They listen with great concentration. And? Aaron prompts, eyes wide. That's it. That's the only thing I remember. But who is she? Baron persists. Where did you see her? I shrug. I don't know. That's all I've got. They stare at me for a long moment and then both burst out laughing. I'm annoyed. It's not funny. Don't you think I'd tell you more if I had more to tell? Do you know what the word amnesia means? Relax, Aaron puts an arm around my shoulders. We've got your back, boys, to the end. Aside from the football players, most of the kids act kind of odd around me. Conversations end when I enter a room. Faces turn towards lockers as I make my way down a hall. I get that the whole school's heard the story of my amnesia, and they're a little weirded out by me, but that doesn't explain everything. This one girl who's pushing a rolling cart of textbooks when she sees me walking next to her, her eyes just about pop out of her head. She spins away and slams into the wall of a doorway alcove. Books go flying in all directions. She trips on one and starts to go down, so I grab her arm just to steady her. Then she really loses it. Don't! She squeals so loudly that we're the instant center of attention. I'm mystified. Let me help you pick up those. No! And she's gone, practically running along the corridor, dropping even more books as she escapes. What did I do? I ask Aaron and Bear about it after school, and they treat it like the stupidest question ever. What do you care if a bunch of random nobodies don't like you, Bear demands. It's not that, I tell them. She was scared. Where did that come from? The two exchange a glance. Man, you really did lose your memory, Aaron comments. Come on, guys, talk to me. Bear is impatient. We don't have time. Why? I query. There's no practice today. We've got to be at the Graybeard Motel by 3:30. What's the Graybeard Motel? Well, we've still got 2 months left on our community service, Bear supplies. At the assisted living place at Portland Street, helping out with the geezers and the grandmas. Not everybody's lucky enough to fall off a roof and get excused. I'm on community service? I may not remember much, but I know that community service isn't like getting a detention at school. It's something you get ordered to do in court by a judge. So we're going to stop right there.